Hello, people of the internet, and thank you for tuning into my first video on this channel. So in today's video, we're going to do a bit of a sketch with me and a commentary about the new HBO series, Velma. So this video is not going to be too much about me talking about the drawing itself, but more so just about the show whilst I draw. So I know you've all heard of Velma or seen the stuff that everybody is saying about Velma, because I mean, how can you not? It's all over the place. Everybody's touching on it. So I decided, why not I touch on it too? Because I had a different idea planned for my first video on this channel, but my plans kind of got derailed. But anyway, so let's talk about Velma, shall we? Okay, so first off, I will say I do think Velma's pretty bad. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, probably like a 3.5. Like, it's not great, like, at all. But I also will say it's not as insufferable as some people are making it seem. It's no way good, but it's not as bad either. Or maybe I just have a high tolerance for nonsense. I don't know. But it's not as dog water as people are making it seem, or at least in my opinion. It's still not a great show though. For me, I would say some of the biggest problems with the show is the characters, especially what they did to Velma. Cause, hold on, why did they do my girl Velma like that? Like, it makes me upset because in the original Scooby-Doo series, Velma and Shaggy are like my favorite characters. Why did they turn my two favorite characters into the worst characters in the show? Fred is up there too, but we'll get to that. I can't believe they turned Velma into this type of character, because she is no way like this in the original series. So I'm just trying to figure out, where did this come from? Because they need to stop. And I will say I've only watched the first episode because I have no plans of watching the rest of the series unless for whatever reason I somehow feel compelled to all of a sudden watch the rest of the series. But right now, as it stands, I have no want nor desire to watch the rest of the series. And I've also heard that they've already been cleared for season 2, and I don't understand that. Like, how did they get that to happen? Because it's already a shit show. It's already a dumpster fire. Like, nobody's enjoying this. I have yet to hear anybody say that they're enjoying this. But anyway, I'm getting derailed. This video is completely unscripted, so it's all just off the top of my head. But yeah, so Velma. In this new show, she's very woke, I guess. I guess that's what they were trying to go for. And they failed. And they failed. I don't really know what they were thinking when they decided to make Velma this way. But then again, whatever her name is, Emily, whatever her name is, the woman who plays Velma, I've heard that she's known for doing a lot of self-inserts in shows and stuff that she's in or helps produce, whatever. So apparently people are saying that she pretty much just made Velma like a self-insert. And you know what? That's completely okay. But why would you do that with a series that's already well known? I feel like if you wanted to do that with a series, you should have just made a whole completely different series to do that for, because this, like, just everything about this Velma is just so unlikable. Like, this is not my Velma, and I refuse to acknowledge her as my Velma. And then let's talk about what they did to Shaggy, or should I say Norville. Who the hell is Norville? First of all, who the hell is Norville? Why did they change my boy's name? And he's the only one that they changed the name of. And then for whatever reason they made him black as well. That's another thing, the whole like race switching. I don't mind race switching, but that's only if it's done well. And in this case, I feel like it's done really poorly. Cause it's like they're trying so hard not to like add stereotypes, but at the end of the day, it just makes it worse. Like, it's so bad. Like, they're trying so hard to make Norville not seem like old Shaggy by making him say like, oh, I hate drugs and all this other stuff, and it's like, you don't need to say that. It's just making his character look worse. And then on top of that, you made him a simp for this shitty ass version of Velma that nobody likes. And there's a reason why nobody likes you. Like, I don't know if they want us to sympathize with Velma or if they want us to hate Velma just as much as the people in the show hate Velma. But I do not like her ass, like, at all. And one of the videos I watched, someone said that Norville's head looks like a cup of chocolate milk. And I 100% agree with that, because tell me his head does not look like one of those glasses that are kind of like wide at the top and they kind of go in at the bottom. His head looks like a glass of chalky milk, bruh, and it's just not okay. Now let's go into like Daphne and Fred. Fred is the only one that they kept white for whatever reason. And Daphne is supposed to be Asian or some shit. I don't know. Listen, I did not realize Daphne was Asian until I heard other people saying she was Asian, and until the show itself told me that she was Asian. And till this day, I still stare at that design like, what about this is supposed to make me think that she's Asian? Is it because they gave her almond eyes? Or like slightly tanner skin? Is that what's supposed to make me think that she's Asian? And then not only on top of that, but they gave her lesbian moms for whatever reason. I guess they're just trying to be inclusive in any way they possibly can, but it's very unnecessary. It doesn't add anything. In fact, it takes away from a lot of it, because there's just a lot of tropes and stereotypes that they've added into the show, and it just does not work. It makes it worse, honestly. Yeah. I feel like they were trying to be inclusive so hard, and it just ended up falling like so bad. And then we have Fred, who is the only one, like I said, is white. He's the only one who's kept his original race. But then they made him this like little insufferable rich kid who can't do anything by himself and is insecure because he has smooth legs and a small peepee because he has yet to hit puberty. Is that supposed to be funny? Like, real shit, is that supposed to be funny? Because it's not. It's not. Listen, I forgot to laugh. Like, it is so bad. It is really bad. And I just don't understand it at all. And I don't understand who this show is supposed to be aimed towards. Because there's too many adult themes in it to make it seem like it's aimed towards kids. But then there's too many elements in it that doesn't make it seem like it's aimed towards adults either. But then I don't think teenagers would like this. Like, nobody likes this, first of all. So I'm just like, I don't know who this is for. I don't. They even make jokes in the show about, adults watching cartoons, and it's like, well, isn't this supposed to be an adult cartoon? So why are you making fun of us? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I feel like a lot of the stuff that they try to touch on and whatnot just ends up being kind of like hypocritical, or ends up just going against what I feel they're probably trying to commentate on, and it just makes the show flop even more. I will say there was one part of episode 1 that made me laugh, and nobody's talked about this, but it was during the funeral of the first girl that they find dead, and the best friend. First of all the sub characters, I have no idea what their names are, and I really don't care at all. But the best friend is singing at the funeral, and she is singing a rendition of Pony by Genuine, and that had me laughing. I won't even hold you. That had me laughing, but then they killed it right afterwards with some other horrible joke, and I stopped laughing as soon as I started. Like, it was so bad. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Velma at the moment. I feel like it could have been really good. It could have been, it could have been substantial, but it just wasn't. They just failed so hard on so many aspects. And like, that being said, I know I really didn't talk about like the whole like Velma and like her panic attacks and her mental health stuff and all that kind of stuff. I feel like other people have already talked about this. I more so just wanted to talk about the characters, because that's, in something like this, that's what I like to pay attention to, is the characters. And I feel like that's why the show is what it is right now, is because they just failed so hard on writing good characters, and they try to change characters that didn't need to be changed at all. Their personalities did not need to be changed, nor did their race either. And I'm saying that from a person of color. Like, I love representation where it's due, but this type of representation is not good. In fact, I just think it makes things worse. So yeah, that's my opinion on Velma. I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I know the commentary was a little bit all over the place, but I did not script this at all. I'm just talking off the top of my head. So yeah, this is just some of my opinions about the show, and this is all just opinions from watching the first episode, but then also seeing a few other YouTube videos from other creators about this show as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let me know if you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, subscribe if you want to. I'm gonna continue working on what I want this channel to be. I have quite a few ideas. I do want to post more art, but I would also just like to post other things that I am interested in, maybe video games, stuff like that, just whatever I'm feeling like. I would like to also be able to post that on this channel too. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you want more videos like this. I'm really bad with watching shows, so I'm not I'm not really sure like what other show I would talk about. But yeah, let me know your opinions down below, and thank you again for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye.